So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for making it to our presentation. We know it's maybe not the best time to be sitting down in a quiet room, but we're going to do our best to inspire you this afternoon. So basically, looking at the news every day is a very depressing experience, right? We see all the misery that goes on in this world, and we've kind of gotten accustomed to not really being able to do anything about it, right? But we know that this world has more potential, right? We know that we have to make this world a better place, if only for our children. So what is it that we can actually do in order to achieve that? Well, if we're not, let's say, a teacher or a social worker or someone who's out there on the front line really making the difference, what we all can do is, of course, finance these people, right? Making donations to them in order to really leverage their capability of making that change. So we all know that actually donating money is not really a very happy experience for most of us, because it's a very, very inefficient market, actually, or a very, very inefficient system. We can name many points which are very inefficient. I don't have time to go into all of them, but let me go into the main ones. Costs, for one thing. If you know that about 50% to 75% of the donation that you make actually don't go to the cause where you want it to go, but that they are actually wasted for administrational expenses, for transactional costs and all of that, then you're not really inspired to be a long-term donor, right? To be someone who makes recurring donations, which would actually be a very important thing for charities to have. Also, transparency. We know that these charitable organizations are not the most transparent. We don't actually know where that money that we donate really goes. Does it actually reach, that person, that place where we want the money to go? We don't know. What makes the whole situation more difficult is that many of the places that need the money actually, have very corrupt regimes, and we're not sure if this money actually goes to financing the wrong side of the fray in the end, right? So there are many of these points, and so we set up the global goals coin on the blockchain because that actually helps us to solve many of these problems. All of you here, you know that transferring cryptocurrency is a very, very efficient way of transferring money, for example, right? It's cost efficient. Smart contracts actually enable things like reducing your administrative expense, because you can do many things on the blockchain itself. Also, smart contracts, of course, make the money traceable, right? You can trace from the donor to the organization, to the project where the money goes, sometimes even to the item that it's being spent on, right? So that gives us a lot more confidence that we know where the money is actually going. Also, smart contracts enable some very neat things. For example, we can engage people, right? They can actually give us their vote where they want the money to go, how they want to donate, and we can do some things which are maybe kind of like unique to our concept as well, which is that we can take one-time donations and we can actually split them in recurring streams of donations, right? So my colleague Pascal will talk about that more in a second. So we set up Global Gold Coin with the aim of being the largest and most effective charitable movement that inspires and enables everyone to contribute to achieving the global goals.
So a few days ago, we were still in Zurich, and now we're here, and we've had many people approaching us at our booth. And every time we ask them, do you know about the global goals? Actually, I think about only 10 to 15% knew about the global goals, which to us is actually quite surprising, because in 2015, the UN have launched a big campaign around those goals, summarizing actually all the issues we're facing in the world, and trying to find ways to actually accomplish those goals by 2030, involving celebrities, etc. So looking at the Global Goals Global Goals coin, we said to ourselves, okay, we don't want to invent new things. We have all of this lined up here, involving organizations underneath, World Vision, etc., which we want to support. And as Jay mentioned, we have the opportunity through the blockchain to really go deep and analyze what's happening with the donations. So how does it work? The best thing probably is to give you a little example. Let's say it always starts by owning or buying a coin, let's say a whole 10,000 coins. With these coins, I can actually choose and select goals I want to support. Very simple. Every month, automatically, I'm going to give to an organization I've selected a goal, specifically a goal, an organization, or even down on the bottom, a specific project or person I want to support. And those coins are being given back into the market to the organizations, and the organizations are selling them again. So how do we do this? It's by increasing every month the total volume of coins at 0.5%. So the yearly increase is 6%, giving us a good amount of money actually to be given every month to the organizations, so that by 2030 we can reach about the initial money we've raised at the ICO. So different to many other ICOs, as we've seen, we won't do it ourselves. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the organizations, to the Gates Foundation, we're going to go Save the Children, and we're going to hand them over checks with coins. 500 million coins, 1 billion coin, and we're going to go do this together with a huge campaign involving the masses. So when we look at charity now, we don't just look at it as something, the blockchain you do for charity, but I think charity can do a lot for the blockchain. We want to go out there to the masses and inspire them about the opportunities we have in the industry. So why did we choose 8 billion coins? 8 billion supposed to represent the world population. Yeah, right now we're at 7.55 billion people, and we're going to issue 8 billion. So we are right now at the pre-sale stage, which is going to start in November, leading up to actually Q1, where we're going to launch a big campaign, Flip a Coin and Change the World. We're right now talking to 17 celebrities representing the 17 goals of the global goals. And then later we'll go into an ICO with a huge event where we're going to hand over those checks to the organizations and giving people time to really spend their money on this charity platform. So why do we believe that we can raise a lot of money? And hopefully, actually, for the sake of charity, make it the largest ICO in history. Those are our ambitions, is by involving 3 groups. The first group are the celebrities. We need people, we need ambassadors out on the market who talk about it. Secondly, we're going to launch a campaign of involving people similar to the Ice Bucket Challenge, Flip a Coin and Change the World. Everybody who does it, posts it on social media, gets a free coin. And thirdly, is working with the existing organizations which are out there on the market and know who they're talking to. And combining all of those elements, we're convinced that, as I've mentioned before, that we can bring an incredible benefit to the charity world through the blockchain, but also to the blockchain, for the blockchain from the charity world. Having said all this, we're looking for many people to partner on this, as this is a pure charity. We want everybody to get involved, as we think we can do incredible things until 2030, and ask everybody to join us when we're going to start our campaign by flipping a coin and changing the world.
We have just 1 minute left if we have any questions. Just a quick question.
So if I understood correctly, you're going to be issuing 6% new coin a year. Is that right?
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay, 0.5 a month.
So how do you assure that that's not going to be deflationary in terms of the price of the coin?
Yeah, of course, to some degree, it is inflationary, right? But so what we are really aiming to do is we are aiming to engage the masses, and we are going to have a campaign that will continue and hopefully raise demand as time continues. So it's actually, I think we actually even need those coins in order to satisfy to some degree the market. Of course, this is all we cannot really say that this is going to be their way, but we're going to through the campaign that we're launching, trying to create a lot of demand from the masses.
I think also we're pretty early still in the ecosystem of blockchain in the charity market. So what we're looking at is really shaping the core right now. We believe that this has potential to become a real currency within the market, where actually the currency is being passed down all the way to those and can be used as something where you can buy something, share something, sell, etc. So it won't happen on the first day, as always, but we got to get the people together to really inspire and create something into this direction.